Auction horrors. Did we fall foul to an unscrupulous trader? Did we make a mistake? Have we lost money? Hopefully not, because we didn't buy that one, we bought this one. If you don't know how to navigate an auction, you can lose a lot of money. On the day that you bid and you get your offer accepted, you usually have to pay a 10% deposit. You have a completion day, 28 days, 56 days. So you need to get everything in order. A lot of people do not read the legal pack before they purchase at auction. You have to read the legal pack. You have to read the special conditions. You have to make sure you understand what the additional fees are going to be on top of the auction fees, because this can range from £5,000 to £15,000 depending on the auction house where you buy the property from. Now, this one behind me is actually not my property. It is my business partner's property, Jay and Kev. They have secured their first investment property and they got it at auction. They had additional fees to pay, they read the legal pack, they read the special conditions, they bidded to the price where they knew everything added up was the number that they wanted to spend. Now, if they didn't do this and they bidded at the open market value, they would have been £10,000 to £15,000 overspent. But they had the knowledge, they had the correct education, they had been around me for the last 2.5 years, and this is their first project. Let's go inside, let's speak to them, and let's see what they're going to do with this 2-bedroom house in Walsall and what they're going to convert it into. Right, here they are, my business partners in the sourcing division, the two main men. They found this property. Which one found it? Who found this property?
Both of us.
Okay, who really found this property?
Me.
Okay. Off camera, we had a discussion on who takes all the credit.
Both of us.
But who found it?
Property filter.
So, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge success. Finally got what you wanted, what you've been searching for a while, and give us some details on it. We know it was bought at auction because I've talked about it. I haven't discussed the price. I haven't discussed the auction fees, legal pack, special conditions. Give the viewers some information on how to navigate it and how you got the deal that you got.
So, I mean, the biggest part started from was a local agent that we'd met from a previous viewing that we'd been to beforehand, and she'd also mentioned about this property. So we'd already had it on our radar, so we come and viewed it, and we instantly fell in love with it, really, weren't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's when it sort of kicked into where probably my skill set comes in, negotiating it, having that conversation with the auction house, because I've already got a very good relationship with the auction house. And as Jay has alluded to, the relationships are key. Estate agencies, auction houses, and then what we've talked about as well, going into the refurb, those types of things are really important. So yeah, we had the conversation, we spoke to the auction house and we said, look, this is where we're at. Is the vendor open to that? And we actually got it accepted before the auction. We had to bid, and then they closed the auction down early and we got it secured for 110,000.
So you got this property, 2-bedroom, terrace house in Walsall, prominent area for 110.
Yep.
What do you think the current market value is in the state it's in today?
120 maybe.
I was going to say 125.
Yeah.
I think 120 to 125. So you got a great deal. Obviously, there's some auction fees.
Yep.
Was there any special condition fees? Was there anything in there, or was it just straight auction fees with this one?
Straight auction fees, which was 6% of the purchase price, which included that.
Okay. And also, the big key takeaway that you just mentioned is network.
Yes.
So the lady who you was talking about or referring to, was that the one that we met on that day we went out on a site visit for the sourcing division?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. She actually followed me on Instagram that day.
Yeah, she followed us as well.
Yeah, she followed me on Instagram that day. She was a lovely lady.
She is.
Are you still in contact with her?
Yeah. We've just been down to the estate agency to collect the keys, had a chat with her for about 10 or 15 minutes. We've actually talked about having property sensors before they actually go to auction, and we said we'll still weigh you in with what fees you would get from the auction house, which she's happy to do because she knows now that we've actually bought something.
Well, you've got credibility now.
Correct.
Because you've done something. They've gained a credibility from the estate agents where they've gone through and proceeded to do something,
Exactly.
which is really good. Another thing that's really important as well when it comes to auctions, guys, is it's not just about doing your due diligence on the property, the special conditions and stuff like that. It's doing your due diligence on the area, because photos can be deceiving. So when you come and you view the property, you've got to make sure that you go around the streets and you go around the local amenities and you figure out what kind of area you're in. So then with what these guys are planning to do with this property, it's all end user based, isn't it?
Yes.
So rental comes in many shapes and forms. So what are you doing with this property first and foremost, so I can then explain it?
Yep.
What's the plan?
So looking to convert this into a 4-bed mini HMO.
Yep.
As I think you've alluded to, the upstairs is quite an interesting configuration. And one of the bedrooms upstairs is actually not a bedroom, it's like a little foyer and then a bathroom.
It's like a sitting area.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's actually down as a 2-bed, even though technically it is a 3.
Yeah.
So we look to convert that one into a bedroom with an ensuite.
Okay, so 4-bedroom HMO.
Yes.
1 bedroom downstairs, 3 bedrooms upstairs, bathroom downstairs,
Yeah.
communal area and a kitchen.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Now, when I talked about walking around the area, figuring out the end user, HMOs come with working professionals, students, social and supported, care, NHS contracts. So what kind of end user have you decided will be a perfect fit for this property?
Social and supporting, in my opinion. Don't think it's in the right area to get the working professionals, and care, again, maybe not the right type of house, wider door frame, stuff like that.
Okay.
So social and supported living is where my head's at.
Okay. So when he's talking about wider door frames and stuff like that, he's talking about if there's any disability requirements, wheelchair access, etc., etc. Door frames need to be widened in order to gain access. There's a lot of different legislation you have to follow when it comes to care. But would you like to give us a tour and show the people at home around this property? And then we will literally go to the bottom of the street to one that I own, and it's about 4 to 6 weeks ahead of this one. So we can see that as well.
So as you walk through the front door, you will see the first reception room, and this is going to be turned into the first bedroom. In the corner, you will see that there's a meter for the gas and the electric. Those will be moved outside, and we'll put a partition wall up. There will be a corridor into the communal area, which is through here. As you then go through the communal area, go into the kitchen. That will remain as it is. And at the back of the kitchen, you will see there is a utility stroke WC with a door out to the back. The back door is going to be blocked up. There'll be a door that is put into the kitchen, probably where the window is, and that will be converted into a bathroom.
So as you go upstairs and you turn to the right, you've got 1 bedroom there. That will be 1 bedroom as part of the HMO. Turn left and you've got another bedroom that is on your left. As you go straight ahead, now this is where it gets a little bit of a weird configuration. You've got a lobby area with what's currently a wet room. That is going to be converted into another bedroom and then a bathroom somewhere around there to then make the property into your 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom mini HMO.
Massive congratulations to the boys on their first purchase. You're going to see this on my YouTube, you're going to see it on Jay's YouTube, their Instagram, their social media. This will be documented from start to finish.
Absolutely.
The whole thing.
Definitely.
Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom of the road and we're going to see my one, which is maybe 4 to 6 weeks ahead of this one, and show some of the things that I've done in there in order for them to replicate it in here, hopefully save money, get the best use of space and maximise the rental value. So come along and let's go and see that one. We're on site of my 4-bedroom HMO here, which is 2 minutes from these guys' latest purchase. Right, outside, as you can see, chimney breast removal has happened in the whole property. All 4 chimney breasts have gone. The reason it's outside here and not in a skip is because the contractor is getting a grab hire to come and remove all of this because it's cheaper. Now in here, you can see that chimney breast has been knocked out in that room. The stud partitioning for the fire doors and the insulation is up. It's ready to be turned into the bedroom that it's going to be. If you look behind you, you can see that the consumer unit is going to be there in the hallway like I suggested to you guys. And the electric and the gas meter is going to be moved from down there and it's going to be put outside on the wall there, creating an easier access than having to go through someone's bedroom, basically.
Yeah.
Now, the guys have been working on this for about 3 weeks, and central heating is now about to go in the communal areas. We're running the communal areas as gas from the boiler, but each room, you can see the socket there, that will have an electric heater. So the 4 bedrooms will have electric heaters.
And what's the advantage of that, Steve?
It's because when you have tenants who, all bills included, which is not what I do, I put individual electric meters in each room so they pay for what they use.
Yeah,
the reason I do that is because if someone lives in your house and they have the laptop on charge, the phone on charge, the TV on, some people have kettles and toasters in here. I mean, they're not going to be on when they go out, but the lights will be on. People don't care. When they leave to go out to work or when they leave to go out to socialise, they'll just leave everything plugged on. You're the one that's footing that bill. Whereas if they have an electric meter in their room, they will make sure things are turned off.
Yeah.
They will save on electric, and then you're just paying for the communal spaces, the kitchens, the communal sitting area, and the hallways. So that's what I like to do.
And then just a question to stop them from using the electric out of the communal areas.
Yes.
That we all know someone's going to try it.
Yeah, I have them plug sockets where they have a key.
Okay.
So to actually use them, you have to have a key.
Awesome.
Nice.
So they're for the cleaners.
Yeah.
So they can come in, they've got the key, they can plug the vacuum in, they can vacuum all the way through, and then they can knock it back off so nobody can just run an extension lead outside the door and plug it in.
You can imagine it.
I can imagine it, yes. Now this is going to be, from here, the communal space, and then that's going to be the kitchen. I've knocked into the existing coal shed. Now if you look at that door there, that door needs to be moved over because half of that belongs to next door. Yeah. So we need to cut it right down the middle and make sure that she has what she has on her side and we have what we have on our side. The reason we've knocked into there is because we needed the extra space. We needed to get the measurements that actually met the requirements for a communal space and a kitchen space. So we had no choice. Otherwise it wouldn't have worked as a 4-bed HMO.
Was there anything that you had to do because of knocking that out? Did you have to notify anyone, or could
yeah,
you just
so
do
we've
it?
had to speak to the lady next door. It's not, you don't need nothing past or no planning applications, but the door that's there now has to be moved over, and then a new wall has to be built so she has her section of the coal shed next door, which is what she legally owns, and then we can use ours as the kitchen, which is what we want to use it for. We've lifted this up, we've raised it, and we had to get a structural engineer and an architect in to get that done. That has to be passed by building inspectors, and I think I'm moving that door to here. I'm having patio doors there and bricking that up there because I'm thinking about putting a downstairs toilet underneath the stairs.
Right.
So you're having this as a communal dining area.
Yeah.
Communal dining kitchen area.
Yeah.
What's the minimum requirements for that?
So if we have it as a kitchen diner,
yeah.
it has to be about 16.5 square metres. That's legislation. It can change throughout the country, so you have to double check, but this is kind of like where everybody's at. And if we have a separate kitchen and a separate communal area, it has to be 7 metres for the kitchen or 11 metres and 11 metres for the communal. That's 1 to 5 people.
Right.
Okay.
Because as it goes above 5, it changes again.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have to have this as 16.5, which you can see it's way past 16.5, yes. Yeah. Guys, I hope you're enjoying today's video. If you want a more in-depth educational day with me, I teach a property training course in full, 10 till 5 for £11. BRRRs, HMOs, deal sourcing, assisted sales, auctions, house flipping, raising finance, social media, so much more, £11. Click the link below, find out where I'm going to be in the UK, and I will see you all very soon. This is the 4th bedroom, and as you guys can see, there's the chimney breast knocked out. Now the chimney breasts in this property were nowhere near as big as the ones that are in your property. The ones come out like a metre on your walls. These were like 400, but we still had to remove them because aesthetically I like the room to look better. You need to remove them to get the size of the rooms. Now, if you look up there, we have the gallows brackets and the lintel. Now they support the chimney stack above. Structural engineers come in, they do the calculations, you give them to your contractors, they make them, happen, they get them up there. They're like upside down L-shaped brackets, and then a lintel goes across. There's a brick in the middle that sits behind. Now the building inspector might turn up and say they want another lintel behind the existing lintel to support that one as well. Oh. Now the structural engineer has said that they don't need it, but the building inspector might say, well, I want it before I sign it off. Now that's happened to me twice. It's only happened twice, but it can happen. It's a very easy fix. It's going to buy another lintel, knock the two end bricks out, slide it through, and then it'll get passed off. But always keep in mind that that can happen to you, depending on the building inspector. Yeah. But look at the space that a chimney breast removal can create. You can see where it ended. You can see the first line across.
Yeah.
And it's not that big compared to
No, it's not that big compared to yours. It's about 400.
Yeah.
And then can you see all the first fix electrics where all these are hanging down? These are all the spotlights. There's a socket. Is there another socket behind you, I believe?
There's some cables down there.
Yes,
yeah,
well, that's the light socket.
Yeah.
We've got another one here. Electric heaters, TV on the walls, and yeah, we're really flying ahead with this one. This one's moving at a good pace.
How long do you think?
6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks. We're moving.
And what was the reason for going back to brick on this one?
It just needed it.
Yeah.
It just needed it. It's an extra £3,000 on top of skimming.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to turn it into something, I want it to turn into something amazing. You know what I'm like with the levels I like to do things.
Yeah.
So an extra £3,000, it was in the budget.
Yeah.
It doesn't take us over budget, so I'm quite happy.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because of ours as well. So yeah, it's just something to consider.
Yeah.
Okay. Spots, is that just preference or?
Preference. Have them on dimmers.
Yeah.
Have them on dimmers. Also, because it's a HMO, someone will have a lamp somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll either be on or off. But always have them on dimmers, and I like the aesthetics of spotlights personally than single down
clean
pendants.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other questions before we literally end the video for the viewers?
No.
Good.
Oh.
Happy days. See that, guys? This is why it's important to have people around you. Now, these guys know what they're doing. They've been around a long time, sourcing properties, land and commercial blocks. Exceptional. That's why they're my business partners. But now they're going into their own properties and they're buying their own buy-to-let investments. It's nice to have someone like me around who they can just bounce a few ideas off and just get a second opinion.
100%.
Because they know what they're doing, but sometimes you just want that reassurance. Is that right? Because when it's your own property, doubts can actually set in. So surrounding yourself with the right people, having the right network, being in the right circle is key to success. I found it, I did it, it's fine. Got me. On Jay's channel, you'll see it on my channel, you'll see it on my Instagram, you'll see that I have built. No.
I love it. I was the one that found it on the market and then we've broken it.
Take it on. No, keep on it. We're keeping it real.
What?